Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the General Show. So, on the last episode, I had spoken about the different kinds of savings accounts. Just done a normal savings account and a fixed savings account. So, today we're going to be doing the money market one and then a cash management account. Then we're going to differentiate between the two, right? So, money market account essentially is where you earn interest in your savings, but then you have more options of what you do with them, right? Uh, by more options, I mean that with the interest that you gain, they can allow you to only withdraw like the little profit margins that you have, or you could take them and then allocate the money somewhere else. It gives you more options, it's more flexible, right? The rates are better, which is a very big proponent for me because rates must make sense to me. Wherever I put my money, it must make sense to me. You see? And then also you can open it in a normal traditional place, which is very good. By normal traditional, I mean financial institutions can physically go there and open it, or you can do it online because it offers more of a variation for the customer. As I mentioned, online places have the advantages, and then normal housed financial institutions, which have a building, also have their advantages. So you need to sit down, weigh in the pros of it, which is something very valuable for the next person to sit and indulge in, because where your money goes must also coincide with the amount of effort that you put in. So I'll give an example. If I'm spending 100 rand to open an account, my money must come back because 100 rand is a lot to just for the service fees of that specific things. But then moving on, unfortunately, the cons of a money market are that the high commission deposit fee. So unlike a normal savings account where you can just do 50 bucks, here maybe they need 500 or 1,000. So you see, it's different rules for people, and the different rates of interest rates are tied to a higher balance. So obviously, the more money you have, your interest rates are dependent on how much you have in there. So it's a bit of a disadvantage because why would I put my money there? And also, there are also monthly bank charges. They're not fixed, so they could fluctuate. So let's say this month I put in 2,000, I'll get interest charged on that amount. Next month 1,000, that amount. The other month that amount. So you see, there's a lot of fluctuation. It doesn't create any form of uniformity, and yeah, that's a very big disadvantage. Okay, and then now we'll be doing the friend of the money market account, right? So this is a cash management account. So essentially, you keep your money where you invest it, but then there's a brokerage or a retirement fund group which handles your money, right? And obviously, as I've mentioned before, brokers want money. They're all about commission. So they'll probably make you sign the highest form of money market cash management account as possible so that the brokerage fee or commission fee is that of a high number. So you need to be aware of that. So the pros of it obviously is you earn money on what you've invested in, right? Since cash management is there, they offer benefits that of check account and a savings account. No, check account is more transactional friendly, savings account is more savings friendly, you see. And also, it offers a higher than normal coverage limit because it partners with different financial institutions. So, let's say the five companies which you could invest in because you're using this cash management account, and in those five are doing well. It means that you yourself will be also doing well, which is a good thing because, as I've said, you need to weigh in the value of your money needs to make sense. You can't take out 100 bucks just for this type of thing and then they're giving you horrible service. It needs to make sense, you see. And then the cons obviously is high yield savings account. You need to put in a high amount of money. That's just how it works. The more money you put in there, the whatnot, you see. And then they have an online brokerage. Unfortunately, they don't have a branch accessing branch, like for instance, an Alan Gray if I'm not mistaken, is only in Joburg and in Cape Town. So can't necessarily go and visit them in other provinces. It's one of those things that you need to use a third party, your broker management, or it's not that convenient in that regard, because what if you want to ask certain questions and it's like person to person, you see? Obviously, high risk, high reward type of cash management account. So you need to be able to weigh in, are you willing to lose that money? Because my philosophy is whatever money I invest, I'm willing to lose if the worst case scenario is me losing it, because these cash management accounts do have a risks. Pointing example is the Alan Gray one. I saw I was reading an article where someone had said that their fees for Alan Gray investments have gotten to X amount, but it's not making sense to them. You see, so you need to be wary that your cost of running the account and what it yields makes sense. And with that being said, I think I've covered essentially the nitty gritties of what different types of savings accounts are and what they offer. Obviously, don't necessarily take my word for it, do your own research, because certain financial models can make sense for you, but then don't make sense for me. Personally, I don't necessarily believe in savings accounts in general. We put it there because that's where our money is conveniently placed, but for me, in terms of growing your money for the long term, while I'm sleeping, while I'm awake, savings accounts don't make sense at all. You can't tell me you can give me a lump sum of like a 50,000 and then I put it in my savings account. Rather, it goes and it works somewhere else, because they just better models for your money. And if you do enough thorough research, you'll yield those results. As I mentioned before, there are different platforms, your easy equities, your and precious metals also being one of them. Rather, I go put it in there than in a savings account. Let's say with that 50,000, I take 10 precious metals or 10 into somewhere else, and then the 40, I'll take 20 I use, and then the other 20 I put away as a medium term form of savings there. But to say I'm taking the whole amount and then putting it in one basket, that doesn't make sense, nor does it yield better returns, because currently what's happening with the country is the repo rates are being insane. They are, oh my word, it's like we're America, whereas with South Africa, they should think of the general South African citizen. Can they afford this? Because it makes debt more expensive. It makes normal cost of living even more expensive. It essentially just makes life more expensive. They could do other things to mitigate the inflationary rate of the world, that of South Africa. It must make sense for the South African citizen, not for the upper class or the said middle class. It doesn't make sense. You see, so yeah, it's one of those things. But besides that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe. On my other videos, I will still continue sharing the little that I know and my experiences with it. Peace.